still the #1 team, even though we broke up a month and a half ago.
I know all that stuff about us not getting along and being total opposites. You know, the media's, they're taking it. They're loving all this stuff.
They fell for it. It worked.
I know. They're putting us on Oprah and, geez.
USA Today?
It's working out great.
It worked.
So together again, now all we have to do is kick some butt here in Austin.
Take care of business.
All right.
Go.
Race ya. Woo.
Presents the Evian Women's Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. The Women's Pro Beach Volleyball Tour rolls on today in Austin, Texas, just off Lake Travis, and a beautiful day to be in the water. Hi once again, everybody. I'm Drew Goodman along with Maria Barnes. It's the 5th consecutive year that the tour has made a stop in Austin, and if you've ever been in Texas in June, you know it's also a good day to be in the water because it is very, very hot out. Let's talk about Nancy Reno and Holly McPeak. For the first time in a while, we don't talk about them being apart. We talk about them being together.
That's right. It's been big news across the country. Front page of USA Today, Holly McPeak and Nancy Reno, the team to represent the United States at the Olympics this summer, split up, but this week they're back together.
And how are they playing?
Incredibly well. They have not missed a beat. Their game has been so smooth. I mean, I never thought splitting up that they would become a better team, but I swear it's as if they had. Their defense has just been so strong and just really good chemistry. I'm really impressed.
The last couple of weeks, Holly McPeak has been playing with her childhood friend Lisa Arce. They've had great success. In fact, they've won a tournament. Lisa Arce is now playing with the first lady of women's volleyball, if you will, Carolyn Kirby. How's that worked out?
Well, it's funny how it all worked out, but I think, you know, Holly McPeak really kind of helped Lisa Arce get there because they won a tournament together, and Carolyn Kirby started to look at Lisa for the first time. And I'll tell you, it's a good, solid team. You have two great jump servers, both tall players, great offensive players. Both players can play defense also. Two players with big, long arms, and they just beat Hanley and Fontana in a very close semifinal. It was a great match, and I think that was a really important match for Kirby and Arce to kind of establish themselves out here because this is their first weekend together.
Their first weekend together, and they want to play throughout the summer together, most notably in Atlanta at the Olympic Games. We have a compelling championship match. It'll be Nancy Reno and Holly McPeak back together again against Lisa Arce and Carolyn Kirby. We'll have highlights of our third-place match when we return to Lake Travis in Austin, Texas. We're just off Lake Travis in Austin, Texas, the Women's Pro Beach Volleyball Tour, and along with Maria Barnes, I'm Drew Goodman. Let's check the road two in our third-place match. First for Patty Dodd and Angela Rock. They cruised through their first two matches and then lost a long match against Elaine Roquet and Denny Schubert-Knoop. They bounced back over Anderson and Keller and all the way until they lost to Holly McPeak and Nancy Reno. For Barbara Fontana and Linda Hanley, they moved along nicely until they lost to her upset by Janice Hare and Gail Stammer 17-15. They came back with two impressive wins and then a shutout of Elaine Roquet and Denny Schubert-Knoop 15-zip. That doesn't happen, folks. And then they lost to Kirby and Arce in another long match 16-14. Let's pick up action with Fontana and Hanley in control in our third-place match. 10 serving 5, Linda Hanley, the lefty, tough serve. Rock able to pass it, and now a chance to score. Fontana will go up, and Fontana spanks it down the middle, 11-5. It all was made possible by the terrific serve by Linda Hanley.
Yeah, Barbara Fontana has also had a great weekend, just really tremendous defense. And this is a nice set by her partner. You don't see Fontana crank a lot of balls, but she can when she needs to. With shots like hers, why crank the ball?
Right, here we go. Well, I think better than maybe any player on the beach, Barbara Fontana recognizes and reads the defense. And she needs to because she's a shorter player. She can't just go up and pound away. She needs to know where the defense is. That's a great set by Rock because the pass was pretty tight to the net. She brought it off just enough so Patty Dodd had some room.
She and Dodd have played together in all of the weekends that Liz Massacine has been resting her knee this summer, and they have done very well as a team.
Angela Rock. Off the net, and that'll be a point. Barbara Fontana in position, but couldn't pop it back up to Linda Hanley. So it is 6 serving 11. And one of the advantages, if you're looking for a comeback in this match, rests with Patty Dodd and Angela Rock because of Rock's serving ability. We have a sand timeout. Angela Rock, with her rifle serve, can rip off 3 or 4 points in a row. When a team comes up big earlier in the tournament, they become our Saturday's heroes. Here in Austin, 21st seed Nancy Mason and Beth Schuler earned that distinction with a 15-13 victory over the 12th-seeded team of Jackie Campbell and Leanne Schuster.
We were down early, and we were just patient, and we really stuck together as a team and totally communicated. Not having much experience playing together, we really had to communicate, and just were patient with the side outs and finally started turning them into points.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I didn't start off very strong in the beginning of the match. I made a few hitting errors, and that's how they got their points in the beginning, and we just hung in there and started siding out and serving a little bit tougher. So patience paid off this week.
Another team that deserves a little attention, Danilee Brigado and Linda Johnson, the 13th seed in the tournament, finished 9th. And Linda Johnson is a player that I think we will hear a lot about in the future. She has spent a lot of time on the national team, played on the 4-person tour, and was a 4-time All-American in college.
We'll come back with more from our third-place match between Patty Dodd and Angela Rock and Barbara Fontana and Linda Hanley. We're back in Austin, Texas on Lake Travis, a day that finds the temperature in the 90s. That's what you'd expect in Texas in June. With Maria Barnes, I'm Drew Goodman. We're in the midst of our third-place match. 6 serving 11. Here's Angela Rock. Hanley missed. That's another point. 11-7. So after being down 6, Dodd and Rock back within striking distance. Angela Rock took something off of it, and it was not passed by Linda Hanley. 11-8, Hanley and Fontana. I think the crowd kind of gravitating to what they perceive to be the underdogs in this match, Patty Dodd and Angela Rock. Trouble handling the serve. We'll get a side change. Dodd and Rock down by 6 at one point, score 4 in a row. They trail by just 2.
Linda Hanley had glasses on. She would be taking them off right now because you can tell she's very upset with the way the last 2 points have gone.
It becomes increasingly more difficult to win on the WPVA Tour. The competition gets better and better every year. And we pose the question to Krista Blomqvist, what are the keys to winning this year as opposed to years past?
Actually, I think the key to winning this year on the WPVA Tour is the mental game, the mental side and the emotional side. I think everybody stepped up their physical game. Everyone's strong and steady as far as that goes. But at the crucial times, the clutch games, the people that are tougher mentally are coming out on top. And I don't think it matters if you've had a long relationship in the partnership. I think it just matters if you're both two mentally tough people and physically strong, then you can win the game.
Krista Blomqvist and Wendy Fletcher, very strong physical team. They could do very well in the future. They finished 9th this weekend.
Our third place match, and it's a terrific one. It's tightened up 11-9. Hanley and Fontana clinging to a 2-point lead over Patty Dodd and Angela Rock. Rock getting set to serve. Linda Hanley, she was frustrated. She didn't handle the last 2 serves, and she ripped away down the line there to get the side out. It'll be Barbara Fontana's serve. There's Linda, UCLA All-American. just pleased as punch with herself right now. She wears her emotions on her sleeve. Fontana's there, chance to score. And Fontana puts it down in the sand. Barbara Fontana doing what she does best, tracking the ball.
It's amazing the way the conditions have changed in the middle of this match. And there you can see Barbara Fontana so confidently takes a look at the other side, checks out where the defense is, and hits around it.
Here's Patty Dodd. Wide. That's another point. 13-9. They're within 2 of taking third place here at Lake Travis in Austin, Texas.
Austin, that's a timeout. Go crazy.
And welcome back to Austin, Texas. Drew Goodman, Maria Barnes for the Evian Austin Open. On the beach, she's a fierce competitor, but as Elaine Roquet went beyond the beach with Linda Hanley, she found a woman dedicated to balancing her beach game and her family.
Linda Hanley is known for her beauty, talent, and poise on the volleyball court. At home, she's just known as Mom. We visited Linda to see how Mom, the pro athlete, juggles her careers.
What makes me smile nowadays, I know it might sound trite, but 99% are my children. It's amazing what they can do. It's amazing how they can put things in perspective, to come off a bad day of training, to come off a bad tournament, and to see your little boy smile or say something. It's incredible, and it's very therapeutic. So right now, my family is wonderful.
You've gone from dominating the tour years ago to doing so-so, and now you're back on top. How has that happened? How have you changed your game as the game itself has evolved?
I've never trained so hard in my life. I should make a public apology to Nina Matthews. If I trained as hard as I did back then, we would have been awesome. But I think nowadays you have to give it a full commitment, and I think that's what I've done, and it's proven itself to be effective.
I think Linda Hanley is a great example of a wonderful wife and a great mother. She's an aspiration to, I think, all women, in that she has a career, yet she's married and has some kids, and her kids are great, and she takes great care of them, and she's definitely somebody I look up to.
What strengths do you see in Linda's game?
Well, I think Linda's biggest strength is her tenacity, and also just that she hates to lose. I think anybody that's successful in volleyball really has to hate to lose. Now she's a little bit more dedicated to doing the things that are gonna get her on top.
What do you want the young upcoming players to remember you for, or think of you, or what image do you want to give to them?
Probably the image that I would best like to be remembered by is that you can do more than just one thing. You can play sports, you can be a mother, you can have a job. Just the balancing act, and how if you are a little more diversified, there's more doors that can be opened for you, and therefore more opportunities.
Hanley shows that you can have a career and still be dedicated to your family. The amazing thing about Linda Hanley is the fact that she did take so much time off away from the sport to start her family, and is now playing at the top of her game.
And she and her partner, Barbara Fontana, at the top of their game right now in our third place match. 13-9, Barbara Fontana with the volleyball. Side out, Angela Rock goes line.
Side out. Side out. 9, serving 13.
Angela Rock is hoping to qualify for the Olympics with Liz Masakayan, who is home resting her knee. They were on the national team together in the indoor game back at the '88 Olympics. In fact, they're the only two players trying to qualify for the Olympics that have been before.
Sky ball. Patty Dodd likes to use that once in a while. Cut shot, Dodd's there. Good up. Hanley down the middle.
starting to rain.
13-9.
This is the kind of sprinkle that probably not a hindrance right now. If it keeps coming down, then it becomes a problem with ball control.
Right, also the ball will take on water. It will get heavier.
Down the line, easy swing for Angela Rock. And I was talking to Krista Blomqvist, who's one of the better players on tour, and she had an ice pack on her shoulder. And you see in the volleyball world constantly players with ice packs, not only on their shoulders, but knees and elbows, that sort of thing. But probably 80%, she was telling me, of the players have some sort of shoulder problems. Pokey over the defense. Linda Hanley getting the side out. Most prevalent injury in beach volleyball, the shoulder injuries.
And you know what, Drew? The jump serve has really made that more of a problem, because not only are they swinging at the ball when they're hitting it, now they're swinging at it full on when they're serving the ball also. And that has made, especially in the indoor game, a lot of players having more shoulder problems.
Through the block, Angela Rock again. She's in double figures with kills. 13-9, 9 serving 13. Patty Dodd. See if she goes with that sky ball again. With the wind, it's not a bad play, is it?
No, not at all. Here she goes. Really cause the ball to move, make it tough to judge whether it's in or out.
And Barbara Fontana over the top of Patty Dodd, who reached out with the left arm. I think collectively as a tour, these athletes have always been in great shape, but I think this year, more so than any other year, when you talk to the players, Patty Dodd misses the swing. That's a point, 14-9, and it'll be championship point. Just to finish what I was saying, I think collectively this tour is in the best physical condition they've ever been in.
I would absolutely agree with you. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the international tournaments that they're playing, along with the domestic ones, keep them playing a lot. They have to be well conditioned.
Championship point, Linda Hanley uncorks a great serve, and they will take third place here in Austin. Linda Hanley and Barbara Fontana, after getting a scare from Patty Dodd and Angela Rock, win 15-9.
It was a very important match for Hanley and Fontana, because it will be the last match that they play before the trials start. And given that they have that automatic berth into the semis, they will only play 2 matches at that trial. And that's just a great cross-court serve from Hanley. Using the wind, you notice she's serving into the wind. It's blowing across the court in that direction, and that causes that ball to drop into the court. So a very big win for Fontana and Hanley, as it is their last match before the Olympic trials.
When we come back to Austin and Lake Travis, our championship match up next between Holly McPeak and Nancy Reno, and Lisa Arce and Carolyn Kirby. That will be next.